Hi everybody. Today I'm going to share with you the Born Pretty dip powder, and I'm going to use a base coat to do the dip method with. So what you do is just put a little bit of base coat on. You don't want it too thick or too thin. And then you go ahead and dip it in. And I'll do it to the first color. And this Born Pretty one is the like a peachy type color. And here's what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and dip them all first, and then I'll put them into the light. And I'll try to make this video quick. So that was the peachy type color. And the next color is a light pink. Now, if you were to do this on a actual person, you would prep their nails first. But I won't be doing that since, it's not a real client. But this is the light pink. And then you just tap it off. And the third color is a light purple lavender type color. And doing the dip method this way is quite easy. You can just make sure it's all coated. And of course you can also pour the powder instead of dipping it. And just using the base coat, you don't have to use all them different type steps like 1 through 4 and have to buy more products. The base coat works just fine. Then you just cure it in the your LED UV lamp for a minute in between, and you're good to go. And then this color is the yellow. Now we'll dip it into the green. And the green one is not too opaque actually, but the yellow one and the blue have pretty good coverage. So I'm going to dip it into the blue. Just make sure it's all covered, and then just tap it back into the jar. And now we're going to cure this into the lamp. Move my thing out of the way. Since I don't have like the activator and stuff, I'll have to put it in the lamp. to get it to cure. And we'll do that for 60 seconds. I'll turn it to where you can see. And I'll give you a close-up. Here's what, and I did a review of the colors the other day, or showed what the colors were. Here's the peachy type color, and then the light pink, the purplish, the yellow, the green, which is that, but I put a glitter, and then the blue. And those are dip powders from Born Pretty. They're quite small, I think 10 milliliters. And while we're at it, while we're waiting for it to dry, here's my beautiful light pink lamp. And it's a UV LED nail lamp. And it's got 30 seconds, 60 seconds, and double power, which it's a low heat mode. So that way when you're doing gels that it doesn't burn your fingers. So that's a really cool feature. And whenever you put your hand in the light, it automatically comes on also. So that's a pretty cool. And I got that lamp on Amazon for, hell, I think for pretty cheap. I want to say probably $50. I can't remember. It's been a few months since I've gotten it. Trying to set my camera back up to where we can see what we're doing. Alright. So here's what the first color looked like. I don't have much lighting. But anyways, let's go ahead. Oh, we need to brush them all off, dust it off before we dip again. And my guinea pigs are talking. Every time I film, they get to talking. Alright, so now we'll put a, make sure it's getting filmed, another layer. And you always wipe your brush off, that way you don't transfer color. And then tap it. Alright, here's the pink color, the second layer. And just make sure it's good and coated. And I've used the pink powder a lot. I did a set with these just the other day. And I've already used what seems like half the jar already. These are just little jars. They don't last long, but it's a good way to sample colors. And these were pretty cheap. And here's the third color. And I got this set off of Amazon. So I'm going to dip this in the purple. And then just tap it off. And if you get any smudges, just kind of take your fingers and lightly tap it to smooth it out. Because sometimes when you dip it, you get like the ridges and bumpiness. Doesn't make it as smooth, but alright. Make sure it's still filming. And I'm trying to hurry up. Alright, here's the fourth color. And I love this yellow. In fact, I did my nails the other day with these powders. And then I put glitter on some of them. Alright, now we'll dip. Look how pretty that yellow is. These brighter ones do really well. In fact, that's what I have on this finger, is the yellow, and then I added a layer of glitter on top. And just make sure this is coated. Make sure it's wet. And then that way you know the powder will get on wherever it's wet is where the powder will go. And the green powder does not show up very well, which really surprises me. Make sure there's no hairs. Get it good and coated. Here's the green. Tap, tap, tap. And I got a little smudge. So I'll take my finger and try to smooth it out, but not too hard, just barely touch it. And smooth out the ridges. Now when you pour it, it doesn't give you ridges, but when you do the pour method, it takes freaking forever. Well, anyways, I got that pretty much fixed up. So here's the green on the second coat. The yellow and the blue does the best, or the best ones to show. Alright, now we'll do the blue. And this set, I already said I ordered on Amazon, and it took about a month to come in. And well, 3 to 4 weeks, closer to a month, but it did say 2 months, so it came quite early. And I want to say that this set was $11 or $12, and you got 6 of these, so I thought that was a pretty good deal, especially when I'm wanting to just try out things. I don't want to spend good money. So, plus I don't have a lot of money to spend on stuff, so I'm slowly just building up my collection of stuff and trying acrylic powders, the dip powder, the UV gels, the poly gel, and just trying, you know, the different things that I've been seeing and hearing about. And so far, I've enjoyed everything. But to be honest, the polygel looks like the easiest thing to do and seems like the easiest. Any YouTubers I've watched make it look totally easy. But I have a hard time doing the polygel. I have a hard time smoothing it out. So to be honest, the polygel is the hardest for me to get the hang of. Even though, you know, you just slap it on and you should be good to go. Let me grab my lamp. But I'm still trying to work at it, and I'll put it in the light for 60 seconds. Look how cool it looks like under the light. Especially the brighter colors, how they just glow. How freaking cool is that in the light? And while we're waiting for the nails to cure, let me move my coffee cup out of the way. There's my cute drill that I got off of Amazon. And I also got this brush. Came in a 2-pack, a pink and a purple one. And it's perfect just to do some light dusting. And it fits perfect in my drill holder, which really you can put your drill base there or wherever, but I love keeping my brush right there, and I can just grab it and dust off. Alright, the lamp just went off, so we'll move that out of the way because I don't have much room on my table. And we will try one more coat. And I'm going to, oh, let me dust them off. I always forget. Dust it off. That way it doesn't get back in your jars or your base coat. And the good thing about base coat is that it doesn't dry until you put it in the lamp. So you have all the time in the world to work with this. And I'm just going to go ahead and base coat them super quick, then dip. And I love my bottle holder that I'm using. I also got that off of Amazon. And it came in a 2-pack. And it holds the bottles just perfectly. Holds regular size bottles, small sizes. And it really helps you from, if you have trouble spilling bottles, like I do, it really comes in handy. That way you don't have to worry about knocking your bottles over while you're trying to polish. Trying to get this done quick. And we're on our 3rd coat. Love this yellow. It's beautiful. And really, I like all these colors. I really like this set. And Born Pretty has tons and tons of colors to choose from. But, like I said, I'm just slowly building up what I can get. I'm definitely going to order more Born Pretty dip powders. I like having a variety of them. It's fun to play with all the colors. And this blue is beautiful. perfect blue. It's bright, but not too bright. Alright, let me move that out of the way. So here's that brush holder. It's really cool. Anyways, let me go ahead and dip one more time. We'll do 3 coats. That way you can get the full effect. Smooth that out. Got a little bumpy towards the end. And the green. And you want to dip it more like at a slant, at an angle. And that also helps from it getting ridged up, bumpied. But it still does happen. That's why when you do the pour method, it helps not bunch it up. But doing the pour method takes forever. And if you just dip it, you just dip it and you're good to go. And then you just fix it. Just takes a second. Smooth that out. The glue didn't seem like it got all the way. Let's try one more time. There we go. There. Seems more covered. Alright, now we'll do the purple. And do it at a slant. And tap. Do it one more time to make sure it's all coated. And there's a little area I need to fix. Just tap it into place and you're good to go. I love these colors. They're all quite pretty. I love that they're pastel-y. And this pink, I'm totally almost out. Well, not almost out, but I've definitely used quite a bit. Smooth it. I think it might need one more little dip. Feels still a little sticky. Tap, tap, tap. And this is such an easy way to do your own nails, because of course it's totally hard to do your opposite hand, especially if you're trying to lay acrylic. And if you're new at doing nails, this is such an easy way to be able to do your own nails by doing the dip method. And you can find a lot of this for pretty cheap. The only downside is that it comes in quite small bottles, so you don't get much. But a lot of the sites like AliExpress, Wish, even Amazon, you can find it for quite cheap for the most part. Tap, tap, tap. Let me fix this. And this is like a peach, like a real pale peach type color. Or skin tone color. Let me dip it one more time. Tap, tap, tap. And then we'll cure it one more time. And for the final cure, because I've dipped it 3 times, usually people do it either 2 to 3 times, and you should be good to go. But since some of these are really light, I like to do it 3. Oh, let me fix this. And so we'll do a final cure. Let me grab the light. Let me can see it. And I'll go ahead and put the lids on since we're done dipping. And that did not take long. And the first one, the number was number 1, and that's a peach color. Or is what I call it, like a peach type color. The second one we did is a pale pink, and that is number 2. The bags were labeled, so I just took a little sticker and just put the number. And I'm assuming that was the number, but I could be wrong. I just wrote the number, what it said on the bag. And this is like the purple lavender, number 5. I'm going to do it one more time. I like to do 2 minutes for the final, just to make sure. And then we got the yellow and number 6. Then we got green, which is not as opaque as what I thought it would be, or what it looks like. Number 7. But I guess it's more of like, it kind of reminds me of like a minty green, which is really pretty. I love minty type colors. I love aqua, turquoise, seafoam green. The last one we've got is blue, and that is number 9. And it's a real pretty blue. Then we will top coat them. I'm going to go ahead and close up the base gel. And I used gel polish foundation base gel, which is like a sticky layer. And if you were to use this on your own, it would have a sticky layer. You would have to take alcohol to get the sticky layer off. But we're gonna top coat it, so we shouldn't have any problems with that. And I have a matching gelish top coat. I have several different top coats, but we'll use that one since we use the base coat to it. Alright, let me move my lamp out of the way, and we will see what it looks like top coated. Let me put that in my bottle holder, and it really helps. Dang it, I forgot to wipe it off with the brush. I should have dusted it before I done this. Alright, but that's okay. I love putting the top coat on. It just brings the nails to life. Let me go ahead and do a quick dusting off these real quick in case there's any loose powder, which there shouldn't be. I love that brush. And here's the pale pink. And I just got these dip powders a few days ago. So I've been waiting to do the swatches for it. And you're supposed to cap the edges with the clear coat. That way the polish stays on better. Or the clear coat or polish, whichever you're doing. And here is the pale purple. This is almost like a see-through purple. It's pretty, but when I ordered it, I was hoping it was more color to it, but you know, oh well. It's still a pretty color. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one so I don't have to, as long as it doesn't have color on it, I don't have to wipe the brush. But if it's a brighter, darker color, I usually have to wipe it before I stick it back in the clear coat. That way I don't mix color into a clear coat. I've done that before, and I've ruined my clear coats before. Do not want to do that. Love this yellow. Look how bright and beautiful. It's bright, but it's not so bright that it's like in your face, like bam, bam, wham, thank you, ma'am. But it's just a real good color. I really love it. And doesn't look like I got any color on it, so we're good. We'll just redip. And here's the beautiful blue. I really, really like these colors and definitely am getting more. Like on Wish or AliExpress, you can find these for like $1, $1.50, stuff like that. So I'm definitely, I'd like to order. They got like 50 tons of colors. Anyways, I'm going to put this in the light one more time. Then we'll see what it looks like with the top coat.